Hey, this is Lynn. It is Monday. It is Weigh-In Monday, December 16th, 2024. And this has been a fantastic week. I have a lot of interesting things to report, and I'm excited because I feel like I've found a little bit as far as answers go for my weight loss stall. So, lots of good things going on this week. I wanted to welcome new subscribers. I know I did get several people that saw my interviews the past couple weeks. One was with Kerry from Homestead How, and then the other one was with Dr. Chafee. So I appreciate all of you who joined and want to follow with me on my journey, especially if you're interested in mast cell activation syndrome. So I wanted to start today's video just with a histamine hack, and I've been thinking a lot about some things, like little tidbits that I can provide to help if you're struggling with histamine or you think you might have mast cell activation syndrome, and just dietary things that you could do. So I have been a carnivore now for almost 19 months, and my mast cell activation syndrome is so well controlled now. I did have to go very low histamine, and I'm at the point where I can have a few things that are a little higher in histamine. But during the course of my recovery, I basically stuck with the lion diet for about a year. And during that time, the only seasoning I used was salt. And I know there are people who are really hardcore carnivores that do not support using other seasonings, but will use salt. Now, salt is not carnivore, so I think it just depends on how you look at it. And if you're fine with just using salt, then that's great. And I was fine for quite a while with just using salt. And my husband, though, likes other types of seasonings. Unfortunately, pepper, which is the most common accompaniment to salt, is high histamine. And so I have a histamine hack for pepper that I have been using for quite a while, and I've recently increased my use of it. I was using it off and on before, and pretty much not at all when I was on the lion diet. But now that I'm able to handle more, and I'm kind of expanding my palate a little bit in my taste preferences, I'm wanting a little bit of that peppery flavor. So what I'm going to share with you is my pepper histamine hack. And so what I do is I use black cumin seeds. So I get these on Amazon from the TheraSoul Superfoods company. And you may see these called Nigella sativa, which is the technical name for them, but they are black cumin seeds. Now, they just call them black seeds, but they are actually black cumin seeds. If you look at the back, the ingredients say organic black cumin seeds. And they do have per teaspoon 2 carbohydrates. So no sugar, but basically because it is a seed, it does have a little bit of fiber, but you use such a very, very small amount. So what I do is I don't use the whole seed. I take some of the seeds and I toast them in a dry skillet just to give them a little bit of toasting and bring out the flavor in them. And then I put them in a pepper grinder and I use it just like I use pepper. It has a nice peppery taste. It probably takes up more of this than pepper, so it is okay to be generous. I put this all over my meat, and it adds an amazing peppery flavor. It is great from a histamine perspective. It does not have any issues. And on the scale of like 0 to 4 on the Swiss interest group histamine food list, it is a 0, meaning no problems when it comes to histamine. So I wanted to just share briefly a little bit more about it. It is it's been used for a long time in Eastern medicine, and I found this article that was in the Asian Pacific Journal of Tropical Biomedicine. This was back in May of 2013. It's called A Review on Therapeutic Potential of Nigella Sativa a miracle herb. And it has been used widely as a medicinal plant throughout the world for a very long time, but it's not that popular here in the US. Historically, it has been widely used to bring blood pressure down. It's a liver tonic to help to cleanse the liver. It is a diuretic, so if you retain fluid, it'll help get that fluid off of you, helps with your digestion. It's an anti-diarrheal, so if you have diarrhea, it can help with that. It is an actual appetite stimulant. It is an analgesic, which means it can help with pain, antibacterial, and it also helps with skin disorders. So there has been a lot of research done. So that's just the historical uses for it. But it has actually had extensive studies that have been conducted by various researchers on a very wide spectrum of disorders and pharmacological actions. And so they have definitely confirmed that it is the following. It is an anti-diabetic medication or herb. It'll bring your blood sugar down. It is an anti-cancer herb. It is an immunomodulator, so helps regulate your immune system. They did confirm it is a painkiller and antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, it's a spasmolytic, which means that it helps with cramping and muscle spasms. It is a bronchodilator, so if you have asthma, it can help with your asthma. It protects your gut, so that's excellent, and it has antioxidant properties, and then it just says etc. I didn't go into further. So I'm just saying this is a really good product. It's a really good little thing to add if you have histamine issues and you want a little bit of peppery taste. And it has so many other therapeutic benefits that have been researched. And so I feel very, very safe using this, and it doesn't flare anything up at all. Never had a reaction to this. And so anyways, that's my little histamine hack that I wanted to share with you. Okay, so this week was a very good week. I did do, I've been trialing MCT oil to see if I can get my ketones up. Theoretically get my ketones up because I don't check them, but I wanted to see how taking the MCT oil impacted my weight, because my weight was kind of wanting to go up and I'm wanting it to go down. So I did notice that as soon as I started using the MCT oil, my weight stabilized and started to slowly come down. So I had gotten up to maybe 233 at one point, I think earlier this week. And so I'm down. So it's definitely, I've been kind of messing around with dosage. I did go and do too much of it one day, and I woke up in the middle of the night one night with a lot of abdominal cramping and needing to go to the bathroom. So that was like 30-40 minutes of unhappiness there. But once everything passed, it was fine. So I did cut back a little bit. But I also watched an interview, one of Kelly Hogan's interviews. It was a fairly recent interview that she did with a woman named Laurel, who's 57, so just a year older than me. And she was sharing how she got the last bit of weight off and she's been a carnivore for 3 years. And it really just confirmed for me that what I was doing before Thanksgiving is the right thing. Because before Thanksgiving, I was starting to see my weight drop. And I had actually dropped below 230. And then my Thanksgiving debacle occurred where I did those fake carnivore foods and stressed myself out and overheated myself in the kitchen, flared up my mast cells. And it was just a disaster. And so I know before then I was front loading my calories, and I was eating a lot in the morning and early afternoon, and then not eating past maybe 4, sometimes earlier than that. And that's when I noticed that I was starting to get some weight loss, and because I'd been stalled for quite a while, and I really believe I don't eat enough. And when I look at my basal metabolic rate, which my Renpho scale calculates, it just wasn't wanting to go. It was like hanging out in this 3-point range, and it just wasn't wanting to budge. And it was so much better than when I started. I think it was in the 1300s, and I got up to like 1593 to 1595-ish. Didn't want to go any higher than that. So she confirmed, you gotta eat more. You just gotta eat more. So your body will just let go. And even if you gain a little weight at first, I don't think you need to binge. And that's one of the things Kelly Hogan was talking about. You don't need to go crazy. But you should not be only getting 1,500 calories a day. And that's pretty much what I was doing. And so I'm like, okay, I think I have a plan now. I want to really make sure I'm eating early in the day and I'm eating more. And if I want to eat 3 meals in the day, I'm going to eat 3 meals a day. So I notice I have been hungry. I've been craving things. And so I think my body is telling me I just need to eat more. And so I decided I'm going to set aside the fear of gaining weight, and I'm just going to test this thing out and see if I eat more, can I break free and reset my metabolism, get it working for me again, and get the rest of my weight off. So that is where I'm at with my head. And I did start by yesterday, making sure I had about 2,300 calories yesterday. And usually I don't count calories. And if you're losing weight and you're feeling great and you're not tracking, that's fine. And I did that for a very long time. Didn't worry at all. I just went with my body intuitively, whatever it wanted, and I was steadily losing weight. But once I hit that 100-pound mark, it's like my body just went, yeah, you're going to have to put some effort into this, like a lot of the other carnivores do. And like, shoot, it had been so easy for so long. So now I'm having to actually figure this thing out that so many people have to figure out. A lot of them way earlier on in their journey than I do. So it was only a matter of time before this period in this phase occurred. So it is learning all the time. We're always learning. So anyways, that's where I'm at as far as that goes. And one thing I noticed too is that over the past week, my desire to exercise has increased, which I'm super happy about. I'm doing the fitness challenge with Lindy. We're doing a really fun video. And sorry, my daughter's calling me. Sorry, kiddo, I'm gonna have to decline. All right. She doesn't know I'm recording right now. Okay, so my desire to exercise has improved and increased, so I'm really glad about that. So that's really good. Okay, and Amy and I are working on a Valentine's Day book, a Carnivore Valentine's Day book for kids, and so keep your eye out. We're hoping to have that published within the next week or so. But we do have our Christmas book, link in the description. And so there's still plenty of time to order it. It doesn't take that long to get it, in time to give it to your kiddos, to your grandkids, nieces and nephews, your friends' kids. Anyways, so it's a really cute book. If you haven't seen it before, I will quickly just show it to you. All right, so this is the book here. It is called Christmas Chaos and the Santa Cure. And the illustrations inside are really cute and colorful, like the cover. Okay, so let's get on to my results from this week so that I don't go on and make this video too.
I'm Kerry here, and you are currently watching one of my favorite YouTube channels. So great job. But if you need just a little bit more inspiration on your healing journey, we have a new membership site that I'm excited to share with the world. It is at healinghumanity.life. There is a link with a special promo code offer in the description below. At our membership site, you can be inspired to find a path to healing. We have courses that you can take at your own pace. We have an amazing community. We do multiple Zoom calls per week. We even bring in the good doctors, experts for your Q&As. Most of all, we have an amazing community that's here to support you, keep you motivated, and keep you inspired. Learn more at the link in the description below, healinghumanity.life.
So this is week 82 of being on the carnivore diet. So I'm pretty excited. The scale barely budged, but it did budge. I was only down 0.2 on the scale, but, and I better put my metrics up here so that I will know what I'm talking about. I usually do that beforehand, but I didn't this time. Okay. All right. So, but if you look at my fat-free body weight, it went up by 0.4. So, yay, that's good. And when you look at the breakdown, my muscle mass went up by 0.4. My bone mass went up by zero point 0.2. So that means that my fluid this week is down by zero point 0.2. So my overall fat-free body weight is up zero point 0.4. So with my weight loss of 0.2 plus my increase of good tissue, that means my actual fat loss for the week is 0.6 of a pound. So a little over half a pound of fat loss. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. That is good. I'm very happy about that. And then when you look at my basal metabolic rate, I put the wrong number in. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not going to go back and correct. Well, maybe I will. I'll go back and correct it before I edit my video and I put it so you'll see the right number. But the actual number is 1599. I have been trying to get to that 1600 in my metabolic rate. It has been like right 1593, 1599, but I ate plenty yesterday and it's up to 1599. So, wow. I hope that that's a good indication that this is a good decision to make sure I'm eating more. But with the muscle gain, the bone gain, and the increase in metabolic rate, fantastic. The scale still thinks I'm 63 and I'm 56. I have, as you know, have come to terms with that. That is not going to start decreasing until more of my numbers are in the right range. My visceral fat is still at 17. It started at 30. So I've lost 13 pounds of visceral fat, but I need to get to 11 before it gets into the acceptable range. It has been hanging out at 17 for quite a while because my weight has been stalled. So I'm really, really hopeful that I'm going to see a drop soon of visceral fat, but it's still way better than it was when I started. So overall, since the very beginning, which was end of May of 2023, the scale has me down 109 pounds exactly. But I have gained 27.2 pounds of good tissue. So of that, 25.8 is muscle, 1.8 is bone. So that means as of this week, my overall fluid is down by 0.4 since the beginning. So with the 27.2 pounds of good tissue I gained, plus the 109 pounds, the scale is down, I have actually lost 136.2 pounds of actual fat. So things are coming along really well. I am very, very pleased with this week and super, super interested to see what's going to happen over the next week or so as I continue to try to eat more and feed my body and give my body the nutrients and make sure that I'm eating plenty of food so that my body will stop hanging on to the weight. I really hope this works. If you've done this before, it's kind of like a mini prime. It's not like priming like Steak and Butter Gang does. A lot of times they do really high calories. It's kind of more like a mini prime. So I really struggle to eat more than it's been decades of under eating and restrictive eating. So I am going to do the best that I can with keeping my calorie intake as high as I can, over 2,000 calories a day, and see how that goes. Okay, I think that's it for this week. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being here, and thank you so much for all of your support and your wonderful, kind messages, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.